It's called Mute. It's a Netflix original, and it was shot in the style of a Blade Runner meets Harrison Ford's Witness meets MASH meets Walking Tall. All right.
Was Klinger in this one?
No, Klinger was not in this one, but Paul Rudd starred in this film, and he looked very much like Elliot Gould did in the original MASH movie.
Yeah.
And I think it was purposefully done that way. The movie is set in Berlin in the near future, where the criminal underworld kind of rules the world that we see. It's kind of this detective noir story about a mute from a German Amish background.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, a mute from a German Amish background searching for a missing girlfriend. That's the story.
Are the Amish in Germany?
That's the story. That's where they originally came from.
Do they make tanks out of wood, or?
They were still living the simple life.
Okay.
All right, they were still living the simple life, and he was. But yet, he had a live-in girlfriend, and he worked, at a bar. So, yeah, odd film, visually very much like a Blade Runner film. I mean, it was beautiful visually. The music was really interesting. It was an intriguing storyline initially, some strong talent, but the story really kind of felt patched together like a Frankenstein monster kind of movie. It couldn't decide really what it wanted to be. I got to tell you, it was a confusing movie.
Well, the critics are not being kind.
Well,
right?
it wasn't a very good movie. The critics had reason to be unkind. The movie was 2 hours and 6 minutes, but as I'm watching it, it felt like 2 days and 6 hours. Yeah, I know I know I confused you all. It's a confusing movie. Ultimately, it's not one that I'm going to recommend watching. I gave it a D+. Wow. That's absolutely the best that I could do for this movie. Visually worth it. Skarsgård's acting pretty good, but I thought there were a lot of throwaway characters and throwaway scenes that didn't really matter much.
But the director of this, and I can't think of his name. Do you know his name?
I don't know his name. I didn't write it down.
But he directed Moon, and I saw
that.
Yeah,
he did. He did direct Moon.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I just saw that a couple weeks ago for the first time.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Well, this
is not.
Don't waste your time on Amazon unless you just want to watch the first 15 minutes just for the visuals, and then you can kind of turn it off. You can fast forward and then watch the end. But yeah,
wow.
I don't know what Netflix was doing, but Skarsgård was solid in this because he was. I mean, throughout the whole film, you don't hear him talking, and so he was good. But that's the best I can give.
Was it Netflix or Amazon?
It was Netflix original. Did I say Amazon?
You're developing a tradition of making not so good movies.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original. It's a Netflix original. All right, Catherine.